you that the wife, when you marry a woman, you are promising to her that she will have a place of her own, and you need to provide her living situations before that of your mother. Your mother has a husband, your dad. His job is to provide for her for a place to live. So when you get married, you've chosen a woman. You've taken her out of her house. You've taken her away from her family. You've you've taken her from her father and a place of protection, and therefore she is entitled to live in her space which she is comfortable with. And yes, parents become old. Yes, we don't put our mothers on the street. But remember that you, as a husband, your priority is to fulfill the needs of your wife because you have made a commitment to her. And let me give you an easy example for this. When you take a job, you commit to your boss, I'm going to work at his company from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Now, yes, of course, the mother, Jannah, is under the feet of your mother, that you must love your mother. But if your mom calls you in the middle of the day, Monday, 10 o'clock in the morning, and says, my son, I want you to take me to the shop. You're going to say, but mom, I'm at work. She says, don't you love me? Who is more important, your boss or me? You'll say, no, you are more important than my boss, but I have committed contractually, legally, that I will be here from this time to that time. And my time now belongs to him. And that's the same thing. When you get married to a lady, you have committed by contract that I'll provide you with a place, I'll provide you with nafaqah, I will provide you with sustenance. And so it's a very, very well known principle in Islam. If I only have enough money to provide for my wife's needs, she takes priority over my mother. That's the reality because you have a contractual agreement with her. And so it's not as clear cut as this, but you need to make sure that you provide your wife with uh, lodging, with space, with maintenance that she's comfortable with, because that is the marriage contract. If, and every family is different, I mean, subhanAllah, my personal situation is my parents live with me. And so my wife obviously must have her space, and my mom must have her space. And at times there is, people living together will have interactions which are not ideal, but we understand that, listen, your parents, you want to care for them in their old age, and I think certain societies, certain customs, it's almost as if though the mother is the law, and whatever she says goes, and there is no boundaries. And maybe that's the problem in many cultures. There are no boundaries between family members. So living together is fine, but the boundaries need to be established. That the mother-in-law cannot just bulldoze the wife and say, I'm the mother-in-law, I'm the queen, whatever go, whatever I say go. When I want something, no, that's not the Islamic mindset. The Islamic mindset is, my wife has a haqq, she has her rights, and she will be given her rights. Allah has his haqq, Allah's rights, and Allah gives his rights. My mother has her rights, and her rights will be maintained, but everybody's rights must be maintained. And I think boundaries are where the problem is. You mentioned living with spouses and siblings of this, of course, now becomes more complicated. In reality, there should be a level of segregation, a level of space. People need their own independent space. Women in particular, they like having a space of their own. There's a, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal says to his son that, for a woman, her her home is like her kingdom. And like any king, they don't like to share with another ruler. So make sure that in the space that she is afforded, whether it's her kitchen or her bedroom, that's her domain, and that she is comfortable to exercise her will completely. A king doesn't like to compete, and no woman likes to compete with somebody else when it comes to, these are my utensils, my pots, my pans. And so, as a husband, if you are sharing with family, make sure that it is quite clear that that there is a level of respect and boundaries.